Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moonmothgoddess Tarot. Thank you guys all so much for being here on the channel. So today's pick a card reading, we are doing who is your next romantic relationship, okay? So we do have 3 piles for you guys to choose from. I did pre-shuffle the oracle cards, but once we get into your specific reading, then we'll kind of pull the tarot in addition to what you're seeing here. So for group number 1, we do have the Phosphosiderite. So Phosphosiderite for group number 1. For group 2, we have the Rose Quartz. So Rose Quartz for group 2. And then group 3, we have another version of the Phosphosiderite. This one's a little darker. So this darker Phosphosiderite for group 3. So these are your options for today. Who, I guess we'll call it who, who is your next romantic relationship? We're trying to figure out all about whatever details Spirit is willing to share today about your next romantic relationship. Do pause the video if you need a little bit more time to meditate on the groups. The timestamps will be down below for you guys, and I will see you at your reading. Hi, group 1. So those of you that resonated with the Phosphosiderite, this is going to be your reading today. So we are finding out who is your next romantic relationship, all about this person, the connection, whatever Spirit is willing to share with us today. So I guess, I don't know, who or what will be your next romantic relationship. I'll figure it out for whatever the title is. So there is a bunch of oracle cards here. We're going to look at these first just to kind of get a feel, an idea for what you do have coming your way. Okay, so let's see your first oracle card. We have number 3 with the Time Machine. Number 6 with the Mountain. Number 30 with TikTok. We have Wisdom. I think I might have to cover that one a little bit. I didn't notice that she wasn't wearing anything. Let's see. We have Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. We have Saboteur. Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it would bring to your life. The shadow attribute says induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. We have Transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and to shift into awareness. We have Emerald with Ceremonies and Celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries. Interesting. I almost feel like there's something in here about timing for perhaps you're going to meet this person around a certain event. I mean, you literally have Time Machine here and then also the TikTok. So there's something here to the element of timing that's important with this person. We have Bronzite, number 13. And then we have number 91 with Surrender. Okay. So I think I want to look at your bronzite message first, but I'm already feeling you have, like I said, there's an element of time here. The time machine. I think I'm going to get a little bit more information on that. But I'm also noticing in this card here, number 6, there's a moon that looks like it's kind of illuminating something. I usually see mountains as symbolic, whether they're in a tarot card or an oracle card, as something that brings about a challenge or an obstacle. And it kind of looks like there's, I don't know if that looks like a little door into the mouth of the mountain here. It feels like this connection is one that is going to be very transformative. It could be something that's helping you and this other person to heal certain cycles or pattern with this time machine here. Transformative. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. If you are someone in the past, connections that you've had has had a tendency to self-sabotage, whether that is through your actions, intentions in a connection or relationship with another person, or even self-sabotaging thoughts, a lot of fear-based thinking, insecurities. I do feel like this connection, it could definitely be something that illuminates a lot of shadow for you. Okay, it might be even something that helps with a lot of reflecting within, because we have surrender here, and this is almost this energy of letting go and surrendering to the change and transformation that this connection does bring about. Yeah, I feel like with the wisdom here, there's a lot of knowledge and wisdom that is going to come from this connection. And it kind of feels like there could be some triggering here, or even some mirroring between you and this other person. So let's look at the bronzite. I want to see what this one is about. Okay, so bronzite says loyalty, trust, steadfastness, self-respect, trusting that the conscious universe has your back. And there is a relationship message. Let's look at that one. It says, even if you have been betrayed in the past, you can heal the sting by extending trust again. As challenging as that may be, bronzite spirit reminds you that this time, however, you are much wiser and stronger, much more mindful of the signs that signal you need to step back and nurture yourself. Being true to another is an expression of the beauty of the divine, and you have this capacity. Your loyalty and steadfastness will be rewarded by the conscious universe, perhaps in ways that you don't expect. Be true to yourself, knowing that a loving, respectful relationship with yourself lays the groundwork for a loving, respectful relationship with another. Remember, you are always protected when divinely directed. So, let's see. I think this other part of it's important too. Now is the time to be sure you trust in the conscious universe and remain true to your authentic self, as bronzite spirit appears with the message that loyalty must be earned. Be judicious in extending your trust, knowing it is a gift from the conscious universe that must be honored. Respect others by being trustworthy yourself, speaking to them in ways that are honorable. Heal the past by owning your role in it so you can trust yourself again, having learned the lessons that will strengthen you. Okay, so this kind of makes me feel that perhaps you and the other person, there could certainly be trust issues, betrayal wounds that are being healed. Like I said, it does kind of feel like there is, that this connection could be challenging for you. Okay, it could certainly kind of bring certain things to life. And again, as I look at that time machine, it could be kind of bringing up, like I said, patterns, cycles. And this is about surrendering to change, surrendering to transformation, surrendering to releasing your past so that we're not bringing in old patterns of behavior into this new connection. So it can be pretty profound and transformational for both you and this other person, as long as you are willing to look at what is being illuminated. Some of the things that might come up for either you or the other person might be a little triggering, but it's all for your highest good, so that you're able to take some time to think about what energy you contribute into connections. Oftentimes we don't have self-awareness, and we might kind of point fingers and blame another person and think, what is their problem? What is wrong with them? And we may not necessarily see how our own energy might be adding to the dynamic that we're experiencing in relationships. So with the ceremonies and celebrations, it feels like this connection is going to be something that is very important to your soul's growth, for the other person as well. Important life passages such as weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries. So this could also be, for some of you, maybe even speaking of the timing. Okay. What else? Yeah. Okay. So let's pull some tarot here. Okay. So group number 1, who will your next, or what? Who or what is your next romantic relationship? We have the Sun. Okay. This is Leo energy. Group number 1's next romantic relationship. We have the 5 of Cups. I'm kind of feeling, I'm noticing there's a bunch of 3s here, which make me think of the Empress. The 6 is also the energy of the Lovers. So for many of you, this can be something that is healing. I definitely feel the feminine energy, but the Sun is also masculine. But the Sun is about your life force energy. It's about confidence and joy, happiness, and you have the 5 of Cups right next to that. The 5 of Cups can put us in a place where we're feeling sad, depressed, hopeless, about love. This person in this cup is depicted wearing all black, grieving the loss of these 3 cups that have spilled over. And they don't see these other 2 cups that are still standing behind. And so the message that we have with this card is that this feeling that we have of pain or loss over perhaps something from our past that hasn't worked, we might feel that we're never going to love again, or that, we're never going to find someone. But this is kind of reassuring us that this time that we're going through will pass, and that we will find connection with another. This is like literally the 2 of Cups here. Partnership, union, balance, harmony. And so I feel it's something that is going to help move both you and the other person out of this place of hopelessness and discouragement for past situations, and help to restore joy into your life. Now, like I said, it doesn't look like this is going to be easy. This could be something that is very challenging, but it's going to be something that's very powerful to help you to kind of find balance and harmony within the self. So let's keep going. Let's see what else is here. Group number 1's next romantic there it is. There it is. The 2 of Cups and the Chariot. Wow. We have Cancer energy here as well. Yep. And Cancer is fourth house energy, which has to do with the mother. Okay, so I'm definitely feeling, like I said, a feminine energy here. Maybe for some of you, this could be helping to heal a mother wound. Maybe you and the other person could have a mother wound to heal. Feminine energy wound. I do feel like this person is going to be a soulmate for you. There's going to be a very strong emotional bond that you do have with this person. Group number one's next romantic relationship. The Page of Cups. Page of Cups. New love. We also have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so this bronzite was talking about the, was it the trust issues, right? I think that's what it was saying. Something about the trust issues. 13. About being betrayed. Yeah, even if you have been betrayed in the past, you can heal the sting by extending trust again, as challenging as that may be. Spirit reminds you that this time, however, you are much wiser and stronger, much more mindful of the signs that signal that you need to step back and nurture yourself. So I feel like for you, this is also recognizing, you know, okay, we're going to use this example. Let's just say that you did come from a connection where the person was deceptive. They betrayed you in different ways. Now, that doesn't always mean cheating. That could mean they made empty promises, or they didn't show up for you when you needed emotional support, or they didn't take your or value your opinions and you felt betrayed. Okay, so we might not be able to trust that, say, like the next person is going to give that to us, or we might be a little bit weary that we can't trust again because maybe somebody did literally lie or cheat. Now, going and bringing this kind of energy, the trust issues and insecurity surrounding that into a new connection can certainly sabotage, right? A person can do something, and that might trigger a reaction out of you that might be coming from a place of your fear of thinking that that person is doing it when maybe they're not. Okay, so sometimes this can be our own fears and insecurities that kind of get in the way and then can end up sabotaging a relationship. So I do feel that this connection is definitely going to be one that is challenging, okay? And it could certainly mirror to you some betrayal wounds, some trust wounds that you might have, some insecurities that are being highlighted, to help you to heal them, because the Chariot is also about moving forward and about willpower and a lot of focusing on moving forward. It's also about this very freeing energy, so we can free ourselves from these insecurities. The Page of Cups is also can be about self-love. And so this connection, right, might really be something that challenges you to really take time to nurture yourself. And you know, it could be something where you have an insecurity that comes up to your partner, and instead of your partner kind of looking at you and, you know, lashing out, that there's someone who is supportive to say, hey, you know, I know you feel hurt right now, or I know you feel triggered, but how can I make you feel more comfortable? Or where they would actually take care or consideration for certain experiences that you've had in the past, where they would extend that respect to you as a partner, to be aware, right, of certain behaviors that they might have that could trigger certain wounds within you, or your openness to be able to communicate that to your partner, to say, hey, when you did this, or when you said that to me, that was triggering. or this feels uncomfortable, right? So that there is that emotional support that you do gain so that you are able to feel safe and secure with the partner who makes you feel that it's safe for you to open your heart, let the guard down, okay? And to be aware of how your insecurities might be kind of coming in here. Now, of course, the roles can be reversed. It can also be the other person, right, that kind of comes in with these issues. And you might be that person who kind of shines the light in a way, maybe in a very loving way, to say, hey, I noticed that, you're doing this, or, is this something that bothers you? So it kind of extends that opening of communication, because the Chariot is also about balancing two opposing forces of energy. Okay, so it could be you and the other person that need to kind of find the balance in order to have harmony, in order to help that connection move forward in the best way possible, so that both of you are able to free yourself from, trust issues, insecurities. I also see the Seven of Swords. I see it a lot because I do so many readings, not just for the channel, but I do private readings every single day, all day long, okay? So I see it a lot, and it doesn't always come out just because somebody's lying or cheating. Avoidance often come out with the Seven of Swords energy because there's deception. They're not really coming forward and telling you how they feel, and so they could be avoiding communicating or saying something. So that might even be part of the other person's shadow, is to learn how to let that guard down and to be more open, to be more vulnerable, instead of avoiding or running away, or escaping the difficult when things get challenging, right? Because sometimes when there is a challenge in a relationship, sometimes people don't know how to handle it, how to resolve conflict, how to get past the difficult stuff, right? And I feel like when you get to that point in a connection, especially with a new one, it kind of feels like when the first sign of something comes up, right then and there, if it's make it or break it. Because oftentimes, instead of people being able to kind of face that challenge head on and communicate, people run away because it's hard, it's difficult, it's not always easy for us to see what we're doing and to be self-aware. But I feel like this is where Spirit is saying that if we put in the work here and really face the insecurities, or instead of running from them, right, and to allow ourselves to process whatever unresolved feelings or emotions we might have from the past, that this is going to be a connection for you that helps to restore harmony and balance. And I feel that both you and the other person, there could be some inner child healing here as well. Some self-love. Let's see what else. Let's pull one more here. Three of Cups. Yeah, I feel some of you too. There could even be betrayals that you've had to go through with people in the past, with third parties. Even betrayal, not even just romantic, but even with friends, with coworkers, with other groups of people here. I am seeing the Five of Pentacles here at the bottom, the Ten of Wands, Temperance, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Swords. I'm going to move these down a little bit. So with the Five of Pentacles energy, this can be feelings of low self-esteem, low self-worth, not feeling good enough, feeling unworthy of love. And I like I said, I don't feel like this connection is going to be one that's just easy peasy. This feels like one that it can be a little challenging. But I feel like it's going to be one that is very powerful for you and this person. It can certainly be something that is long lasting, because I feel that your connection with this person is going to show you that they are loyal, that you can trust again. Okay. Again, I'm getting a connection here that is going to be very balanced. Okay, this person can even be someone who really helps you, or both of you helping each other, because this is a soulmate connection. And then when we do have soulmates that come into our life, of course, we can have many different soulmates, okay? Not all of them are romantic. Sometimes they can be siblings, friends, sometimes a coworker, a family member, things of that nature. But I feel that the bond that you and this person will have will kind of challenge, I feel, both you and the other person to kind of level up. Okay, I like to think of soulmate connections are ones that we kind of earn through the inner work that we have done with karmic relationships, because the karmic relationships can also be very challenging, and they help to really prepare us for the higher vibrational connections that once we've done a certain amount of inner work and we have kind of surpassed a lot of the karmic energies from earlier in our life, that we are then ready to receive, and we feel worthy of receiving those deeper soulmate connections. And so I feel that when you do have one and meet one that comes into your life, it is right then and there when you have a choice. We can revert back into, say, the time machine, where we revert back into old ways of thinking, old patterns of behavior, or we level up. Okay, so with the saboteur energy here, if you have a soulmate connection coming in, there's the choice, right? We can either go back into all of this stuff from the past, or we can decide that we're going to move beyond the illusions of these things still existing in our present moment, and decide to heal, decide to surrender, decide to let go, decide to reflect upon the wisdom that we've gained from these previous experiences, and knowing that not everyone is going to be that way. Not everyone is going to be your ex, right? This King of Pentacles energy coming through is very grounded, is very stable, is very secure. And this can be the energy that you create with this person. And it does look, like I said, that there is going to be healing here, okay? The 10 of Wands can talk about being weighed down by a lot of burdens, a lot of weight that we're carrying from the past. And so this is time to lay down that heaviness. This is time to allow yourself to receive something of a love that the universe is trying to bring into you. The Temperance card is Sagittarius energy. It is about the transmutation of these energies, of the healing, transforming it from one form of energy to another. Purification, healing, balance, mind, body, spirit. I do feel like this connection is going to be one that is incredibly, for some of you, very spiritual. You're going to feel, some of you with the 6 of Cups here in the time machine, it may even be that this person and you are past life connection, meaning that your souls have connected in other timelines, other lifetimes with each other, and finding each other again. In this lifetime to come into union here. And I feel that the love that is going to happen between you and this person is quite deep, and it is quite profound. And I feel that both you and the other person will come together to build something that is very long lasting. The King of Pentacles is about longevity, okay? So this could be your life partner. This could be the person that you choose to marry, or if that is something that you want, or the person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with. That 7 of Swords, look at how the 9 of Swords is coming out right underneath that. That is the insecurity. That is the trust issues, the deception, the cheating, the lying, the betraying, the avoidance, right? The people that we're dealing with that are avoidance, or people that are emotionally immature, not knowing how to express themselves, lacking emotional intelligence, okay? The wounded inner child, the need for being reactive or responsive when it comes to talking about difficult feelings and emotions, the anxiety that is caused because of those insecurities, the worrying, the stressing. Is this person going to hurt me? Am I going to be abandoned? How might I abandon or betray myself? All of these things that are kind of coming to the surface for you to be able to heal. Okay. So I feel that the love that you and this person have for each other is going to be something that is quite deep, very profound. Like I said, I do feel like this connection is going to be one that is incredibly transformative, but it's not going to be easy, because it's basically spirit kind of in a way showing to you, you've asked for this, you've manifested this, you've called it in. Are you ready for it? Are you ready to lay, and this almost makes me feel like I want to cry. Are you ready to lay this down now? Are you ready to let this go? Are you ready to allow yourself to be happy again? Okay. I feel like this is spirit kind of bringing in this connection to show you just how worthy you are. Just how worthy you are of having a partner that brings about stability for you, security, to let you know that you are loved, that you are admired, that you are cherished. But this is also about you allowing yourself to receive it, and not sabotaging, and not with the trust issues, and not with the anxiety, and not with the inability to express your heart and your feelings. Boundaries is also something that's going to be important here. Okay? Boundaries, speaking your truth, using your voice, defending yourself when you need to, but done so in a way that is from a place of love, so that we're not responding with aggression or being confrontational or mouthy. Okay? We're changing our tone and the way that we communicate from a place of love, rather than barking at another person and lashing out and saying things that we don't mean, because it's coming from that wounded inner version of ourselves that needed to be that way in order to protect yourself. This is where you surrender and you let go. You let love in. Okay? Now, the way in which, because one of your cards here mentioned ceremonies and celebrations, and you do have the Three of Cups here. Okay? Six of Cups is also about giving a gift, acts of kindness and generosity. The Three of Cups is about friendships, parties, celebrations. So I do feel that you may meet this person at a party. Okay, this is saying weddings, birthdays, graduations, and anniversaries, a ceremony or a celebration. There could be travel involved, meaning that you could go like on a trip with your friends and you end up meeting somebody there. What else? Some of you with the Six of Cups, and I don't think this is all of you, because some of you, I do feel like this is going to be a new person coming into your life with that Page of Cups. But it could be that some of you with the Six of Cups energy here do have someone that you already know. Okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be someone that you've been in a romantic relationship with, but it could certainly be someone that you know from your past, or even from your childhood, or from years ago, that you were coming into contact with. Okay? There is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. We've also got Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy, Leo. And then I always see the Page of Cups as Pisces, because it's a very daydreamy, fantasy-like energy. But, you know, also water signs, Scorpio, and we already have Cancer here. Okay, so I do want to get a little bit more information here. I think I want to see what the importance here of this this time machine is. Why is this time machine important for group number 1? Okay, so yes, that's what it is. I thought so. This is the old stuff, okay? The Five of Swords is the self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? It goes right into that saboteur energy, right into betrayal, victim mentality, being defensive, being confrontational. This is drama, negativity, low vibrational, okay? Energy that we want to stay away from. We're going to keep the drama out of our life. If people are causing chaos, this is where we stay away from them. We get away from people who cause this kind of crazy in our life. So, again, we might have been betrayed in the past with this kind of energy, or even gone through some very toxic relationships, okay? So we don't want to revert back into this in the time machine, right? We want to put this in the past. We don't want to bring this into this connection. So if we're kind of got the worrying, right? The fear of trusting someone, of being betrayed again, of being lied to, of being hurt in a certain way, even if it's with words or actions, intention. We want trust to be restored, okay? So that's not to say that you shouldn't observe, right, a person's pattern of behavior, or that you should let your guard completely down, because we do want to be discerning. You do have wisdom. You know what signs to look for if this has been something that has happened to you. You know what the red flags are now, okay? This is where you are paying attention, right? Understanding that people's actions speak a lot louder than their words. You observe people's behavior, right? To know that the connection that you have with this person feels different, okay? Yes, you might have those little fears kind of creep in, but we want to make sure, is this a genuine concern, or is it our fear that's kind of taking over? And then are we then coming in with a certain energy that is projecting this old trauma onto the new person, which again is why are we going to sabotage that soulmate connection, right? Because in a way, again, I like to think of this as, okay, Spirit's like, okay, group 1 is manifesting. They want their soulmate. Let's see, are they ready? This is where you've got to let it go. Okay, this is where you take on a new version of yourself to create stable, secure energy. And the more that you can feel secure, and I'm just looking at this again too. Some of you could be, I'm kind of seeing it both ways. To me, this is an avoidant attachment style. This is an anxious attachment style. Okay, this one's running. This one's chasing. This one's running. Okay. So the more we chase, the more they run. So the more that if you're anxiously attached, okay, or even if you're an avoidant, dismissive or fearful, working on these to feel more secure, to feel more grounded, right? It's not your job, right, to fix the other person, but you can certainly create a stable energy, because even if you are someone who's dealing with an avoidant, if we come out acting as the anxious, right, this is only going to push this person further away, and vice versa. If you are the person who is the avoidant and you have someone who you're dealing with who is anxious, right, it's like it doesn't mesh well, right? But they always attract each other. So we want to make sure that we're doing the best that we can to learn to be more securely attached. And that means healing. That means taking ownership over our own behavior, being more self-aware, looking at our wounds, so that we are openly communicating this to the partner who is going to be an emotional support for you, so that you can both heal and be patient also with each other. Okay? Which I feel like is going to be super important. So I feel like you know, sometimes old habits die hard, okay? And it can be hard to kind of shake yourself free of a lot of those old patterns. But this is where we want to be self-aware. How am I speaking right now? Am I speaking from a place of love? Am I speaking from a place of fear? Am I speaking from a place of this very defensive or confrontational or drama-like energy? We want to make sure that we check our own energy too. Okay? But other than that, I do, like I said, I do feel like you could very well meet this person at a party through friends. Could be a thing here. Groups of people that are gathering together. Yeah, that could definitely be a thing here. I want to look at this TikTok here. I mean, maybe with some of you quite literally. I don't know if people go on TikTok to find people on social media, but who knows? Maybe. Let's see. What is this TikTok for? The Empress. I was feeling her. The Empress TikTok. I kind of feel like Spirit's saying that this is going to be a time for you with this person to really embody the energy of the Empress. Okay? Self-love, acceptance of the self, really learning to love you, love your body, being comfortable in your own skin, feeling attractive, feeling desirable, feeling worthy. Okay, letting love in. And this is definitely going to be something for both you and this other person, especially if there are feminine energy wounds, mother wounds that are here that need healing. The Empress is about unconditional love. It is about nurturing. It is about expansion and growth, abundance. So this is you allowing yourself to receive the abundance of, in this case, love. Okay. This is Taurus energy with TikTok. This also gives me timing here as well. Some of you, there could be meeting this person. 33 could be significant for you, especially for age for some of you. Maybe when you're 33. I'm also kind of seeing a 36 here. I think we had 91. So maybe that's significant maybe for somebody's birth year, born in 91. What else? We have a number 13 here. Maybe it's somebody's birthday, or even the 13th of the month, the 6th of the month, the 3rd of the month, the 30th was also here. Is there a number on that one? No. No, there wasn't one on that one either. Okay, what else did I want to say here? Taurus energy could be significant. Taurus season, okay? Now, some of you, it could be that you are meeting this person during Taurus season, which Taurus season does start next month in April. I think it starts around the 21st, April 21st. We also have Leo season here, okay? Leo season starts in July, right after Cancer season. So we've got Cancer season here as well. And Cancer season does start in June and a little bit of July. Okay, and then we've got Leo season here, which follows right after that, which goes from July into a little bit of August. Some of you, it could even be a little bit later in the year because we do have Temperance here, which is Sagittarius. So this could be nearing the end of the year, depending on when you're watching it. I have a feeling that some of you are going to be meeting this person within the next month. The next 6 months, we'll say that, okay? The next 6 months from when you watch this reading, no matter when it is, okay? The next 6 months. Yeah, this looks like a very important one, okay? This is not just any old fling kind of thing here. This one can be quite serious, quite a serious romance that you have here with this person, but it is going to be challenging, okay? Because this is going to bring about a lot of healing for both you and this other person, and it is going to require your commitment, your loyalty to your partner, but also the loyalty that you have to yourself to maintain your own groundedness, your own stability, not depending on another person to make you happy, but that you are finding that happiness from within the self, because that is also going to help you to be in a state where you're better able to receive this person's love and vice versa. They also need to do the work. Okay? And that is a big test. Are we ready for it? Are we ready for that soulmate connection? Now, soulmate connections are generally going to be easier connections for us. We're not going to be having all that crazy stuff that goes on with karmic relationships, but that doesn't mean that it won't be challenging. It doesn't mean that there won't be certain karmic cycles that come up as we're seeing the time machine there with that Five of Swords. There could be certain things that get triggered. The reason they're being triggered is to help you to heal them, to release them. Okay? So it could be, like I said, a little triggering and really kind of challenging to grow in the best ways. And I feel like you might find that with this partner that you really do find a lot of very powerful, transformative growth here. Some of you, I don't think this is all of you, but some of you, I'm definitely getting a person with dark hair. Okay? Dark hair, darker eyes. And then for another group of you, I'm kind of seeing a person with blonde to medium, I guess you'd call it golden brown blondie hair, and colored eyes. But some of you, I'm seeing a darker haired person. Okay. Now, I do feel like this person will be somebody who is very abundant, okay? I feel like this person will be someone who's worked really hard to get to where they are at in life. They could be somebody who's very well educated, somebody who is very practical, they're very resourceful. They might have and like to surround themselves with a lot of very positive, uplifting people that are very supportive. I feel like this person is someone who does not like the drama, okay? Does not like the drama. A person who likes to keep their life vibrant, happy, okay? Doing things that bring joy. Some of you, this person could be spiritual, okay? They could be a person who does have spiritual practices, or that could be something that's very important to them. They could be a person who's really good with their hands, really good with their hands, somebody who's very loving, somebody who is romantic, okay? Someone who is very committed and very loyal. They are going to be someone who has a very nurturing quality. I also forgot to mention the Empress is Venus energy, okay? Venus does rule both Taurus and Libra. So some of you, this could even be Libra season when this person does show up. Okay. What else here? I don't know what else to say. I mean, I feel like I've said everything. This person's, the love that you have for each other is going to be quite deep. Okay. Very, very deep. All right, so I want to pull some last oracle cards for you guys. Some of you, it could even be something that starts off as a friendship, okay, and develops into something a little bit more. Let's see. Anything else for group one about this person, for about their next romantic relationship? Group one's next romantic relationship. I also feel this person will be very, I was just going to say, very attractive, and we have attraction popping out. It says you are attracting the right person at the right time into your life. Okay. Anything else for group 1? The window. It says, a new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. Falling fast. Love happens quickly, but don't lose yourself in the process. Hideaway. Make time to be with your person. Create your own special hideaway. And we have dreams. Look to your dreams. They hold all the answers you seek. So some of you, it could even be that you start to have dreams about this person before you actually meet them. You might also actually kind of feel like something's coming in. Okay? Almost like you can feel it intuitively. This person kind of coming into your life, or like something's going to happen. You might start to notice something showing up in your dreams. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have celebrate, okay? Today, celebrate the love you share with those who matter most. Again, so I'm really feeling those of you that chose this pile, you're going to meet this person at some kind of party or gathering or wedding or anniversary or something here, okay? Something here that's going to bring you to some type of event where people are gathering, where they're celebrating here. It could be pretty amazing there. Okay. All right. So that is all that I have for you, group 1. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 2. So those of you that resonate with the rose quartz, this is going to be your reading today. So we are asking Spirit all about your next romantic relationship that's coming into your life. We do have a bunch of oracle cards here that we're going to look at first, and then we will kind of pull your tarot and add on to information about this relationship for you. So let's see what we've got for you. Group 2, we have card number 11, in perfect harmony. Number 14, ride the wave. Number 43, deep knowing. We have flow. Interesting. Flow and ride the wave in perfect harmony. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. We have scribe. It says preserving knowledge and information. The shadow says altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. Priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. Clear quartz. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Your entire rainbow spectrum of feelings is sending you important messages and guidance. Let yourself feel all your emotions. Flow. Ride the wave. We have, I don't even know how to say that. Dumortierite. Number 21. And then we have number 66 with healing. Interesting. Let yourself feel all your emotions. I almost kind of feel like letting them flow, riding the wave of those emotions, because it's helping you to heal here. Preserving knowledge and information. Some of you, music could be very significant to this next connection coming in. Perhaps you guys connect through music, and it does. I'm kind of feeling some of you, I don't think it's all of you, but some of you might be very sensitive to music, meaning that when you listen to it, it invokes a lot of just lots of feelings. That's something that I have too. Music affects me very much. It'll affect my mood. If like when I go to the nail salon, they always play really sad love songs, and I love to get my nails done, but I also am like, please, please, can you guys change the music, because it's just like it brings the whole mood down in the nail salon, because it just like, I don't even have the reason to cry, but I'm like in there listening to all the music and like, oh my goodness, this is so sad. Um, but yeah, some of you might have a connection to music that is quite profound, that really affects you emotionally. And it could be something that both moves you and the other person very deeply. So I'm kind of feeling that both you and the other person might be very sensitive to each other's feelings, emotions, energies between the two of you. Almost kind of like in perfect harmony, where you guys are kind of, I'm seeing in unison. Here we're kind of looking at two little dolphins kind of coming out of the water together. This kind of reminds me of a lot of creative expression. It could be that both you and the other person have a certain, I don't know, I'm kind of getting like a certain, like you guys just get each other. You guys just flow with each other, literally in perfect harmony here. The way that you communicate and express yourself will also be something that this other person kind of expresses himself too, but I'm almost kind of feeling it's more than that. It's almost kind of like the connection that you're going to have with this person is like where you're thinking something and they feel it. Like you guys are connected, like in sync, like very, I almost feel like telepathic, because because dolphins, right? A lot of the animals that live in the ocean, they connect through sound, through vibration. So I feel you and this person are going to be like very tuned into each other's energy. You can feel when the other person's upset. It's kind of like, even if you're away from each other, you just kind of have that, you know what the other person's thinking, you know what the other person's feeling. You don't have to say anything. You just look at each other and you know. Like it's very deep, I feel like, with this. Okay. That's what I'm getting from this. Number 66, number 11, number 14. This is temperance, balance, harmony, in perfect harmony. Number 11 is the Justice card, which is also a very balanced energy, fair, treating each other fairly. Number 21 here. I want to see what this crystal is, because I'm not familiar. Number 21. Let's see what this is about. Okay, so Demorderite. It says organization, orderliness, clutter clearing, and list making. So the relationship message says, Demorderite spirit has appeared to encourage you to bring about orderliness in your interactions with others and in your thinking about your relationships. Now is a perfect time to journal about your thoughts and your feelings when it comes to the people you care about. If challenging emotions come up, this is saying feel all your feelings. Be secure in knowing that divine guidance is there for you and that the conscious universe wants you to be happy. Demorderite spirit calls you to write lists and set plans for what you want and need in your relationships. You are entitled to receive love easily and naturally, and as you get honest with yourself through journaling and list making, you will start to see whether you need to adjust your relationships to make this easier. Love yourself enough to journal about your truth as you collect your thoughts, and get organized when it comes to planning how you might improve or enhance your relationships. So I do feel like this is spirit. I mean, some of you might write, you might do that with while you're manifesting and saying, you know, I would like a partner that's like this or like that, and this is important to me in a relationship. I want a partner who is emotionally mature. I want a partner who is speaks their truth, a partner who's honest, who's caring, who's nurturing, who's, you know, all these things. So I do feel like with this next person, many of you have already been working towards manifesting this person into your life, and I feel like with the deep knowing here, that when you do meet this person, you're just going to know. You're just going to know, and they're going to know, and both of you guys are going to know, because you're going to feel it, that you guys are like two peas in a pod. Yeah, you've got embracing enthusiasm here with shout to the heavens with happiness. So I feel like when you finally do meet this person, I kind of feel, especially for those of you that actually do the listing, the writing about the partner that you wish to call into your life, that you're going to notice that this person does check all the boxes. Okay? That you guys check each other's boxes. I also noticed that this is 43. This is the Emperor and the Empress. They also reduce to a 7, which is the Chariot. So the Chariot is also something where the two of you do find the balance and are able to kind of lead your relationship forward to a place of success. Now, when we do have the energy of flow here, I do feel like it's important for you not to rush and not to force this relationship to move faster or forward. It's something that both of you are doing together, right? So we're not trying to rush the other person and, you know, make them commit. We're just kind of letting them, right, ride the wave here. We're letting the feelings flow, letting them be open to expressing them. Let yourself feel them, no matter what it is that's kind of coming up. Be open to communicating that with your partner. Okay. Manifesting love in all situations. So I also feel like this is important when we're trying to maintain balance in a relationship. You know, of course, no one's perfect. We're going to have times where we feel out of alignment and where we might be tempted to react or respond in a certain way that might not be our best self. So I do feel like Spirit's saying that maybe with this connection, make sure that you do prioritize that you are reflective of your feelings, you honor them, and finding healthy ways of being able to express frustration or anger with a person. Maybe that means healthier ways of communicating so that we can express to someone what our feelings are, while maintaining harmony in the relationship by being able to think about what we want to say before we say it. Okay? Some of you might need to work on your words. Okay, the way that we put the point across or the way that we express ourselves might be something that we need to work on, for some of you that do resonate with that. Okay, some of you might have potty mouths that need to be kind of tempered down a little bit. Maybe needs a little bit of healing because you could be kind of responding to someone. I also notice you have clear quartz here. Clear quartz is also really good for clearing energy. But I feel like this also gives you a time of kind of working towards clearing your energy. Okay, so let's pull some tarot here and see about your next relationship, your next romantic relationship. Maybe someone plays an instrument here, or loves the ocean, being near the water, spending time in nature. Okay, so group 2, your next romantic relationship. Spirit, tell us all the good stuff. Who this person is, where they'll meet them, who they are, what the connection's going to be like. We have the Strength card, the Empress. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, Libra, or Leo. Yeah, I feel like with the Strength card here, that a lot of this is about gentleness, kindness, without force, okay? She's got a lion there, and she's gently closing the lion's mouth. She's not forcing it shut, okay? She's taming the lion. Think of that lion as the lion within all of us and within you. That lion is symbolic of our animal instincts or gut reactions that we might have. So each of us has that little lion within us that wants to rage, that's impulsive, that lashes out, that has certain desires, and we might act on impulse. We might act on instinct or reflex to kind of do certain things and act certain ways. And so this card is more or less talking about our ability to have self-control, to maintain composure over ourselves. This is about inner strength, the inner strength to deal with the difficult situations, the difficult people, the difficult emotions, how to handle ourselves basically, okay? So this is done through confidence, self-control, compassion, empathy, kindness, okay? This is knowing how to control our temper, being nice, okay? Being nice. The Empress energy is also about love and nurturing and care and expansion and growth and feeling beautiful, desirable, attractive. It's a very sensual energy, okay? So I feel that there will be a very strong attraction between both you and this other person, okay? Very intense is kind of what I'm getting, the attraction, very intense. I do feel like this will be a very nurturing connection in addition to just the sensual energy. But I definitely feel like it's going to be very, very passionate. Let's see what else here. Six of Wands. Okay. Your person, group 2, may be someone who is very attractive. Okay. Very attractive. Someone who's very confident in themselves, very secure. They may be somebody, okay, because the Empress is divine feminine. It is a beautiful energy. It's Venus. Your person might be really gorgeous, okay, really gorgeous, and they might get a lot of attention. They might attract a lot of attention. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to give all of their attention to the people who are giving attention to them, but their energy could be something that is very attractive. Okay? Meaning you notice them when they walk in the room. Everybody notices them. They're a head turner. This next relationship. Some of you, I feel like, because the Six of Wands is about being in the spotlight, okay? Some of you, this person might literally be a musician or be somebody who works in the music industry. Could also be a person who's extremely creative, very confident. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. That's good. Okay, very specific message. Some of you, and this might only be one of you, but some of you, your person could be someone who has lost their parent, a mother. Okay, they could have had a mother that passed away, or they might be somebody who has had a partner pass. Okay, or a significant female in their life, a mother or a mother figure. Recovering from that, healing from that. They could also be grieving or recovering from that experience when you meet this person. If you are somebody who has also lost your mother, then it may be something that you and this person both connect on. Okay, meaning that both, maybe you and the other person, have both lost your mother. Group 2, your next romantic relationship. I mean, they might even come into your life when you're kind of going through a little bit, kind of coming out of a little bit of a sad time. Wow. The Empress and the Emperor are here. Wow. Group 2. And the King of Pentacles. Oof. That's some good energy right there. We've got counterpart, life partner. Okay, so this next person you have, next relationship you have in your relationship, I mean, the next romantic relationship you do have coming in, group 2, could very well be the one, literally the one for you. Okay, they could be a person who is ready to build a life with you. Okay, your forever person, the person that you have a long-term relationship with, a person who's wanting to build, grow, support, protect, love, somebody who's loyal, somebody who is going to make you feel cherished, admired. I feel that both you and this other person will, it kind of feels like very power couple energy. Okay. So it could be where both you and the other person both celebrate each other's wins. You both support each other's progress, or kind of you're each other's cheerleader. You celebrate the things that both of you guys do in life. This feels very power couple energy. Okay. Group 2. Two of Wands. Some of you could be meeting this, look at that, 10 of Pentacles is at the bottom. Some of you could be meeting this person right when you make some kind of major career change. Some of you, I don't think it's all of you, but I'm getting some timelines here. Some of you, this person could come in within the next 2 to 6 weeks. Okay, 2 to 6 weeks. I'm also seeing 5 months for some of you. Leo season, Taurus and Libra season, Aries season, which is actually, aren't we in Aries season already? Yes, we are. Aries season. So some of you can meet this person pretty quick, okay? Some of this might happen faster than others. Yeah, I'm kind of getting some of you, it could be that you meet this person either when they're making some type of career change, or you could be contemplating some type of career or job change. Some of you, this person could be a person who is a business owner, or they are in, they're a boss. They could be a boss, a manager, an entrepreneur, a person who is in a position of power or authority. They're a leader, okay? Very stable, very secure, very disciplined. Some of you, this person could have a military background. Very practical person, very reliable, loyal, secure, grounded, mature, okay, confident. What else for group 2 about their next romantic relationship? This person is ready to build a life, okay? This person is not messing around, not playing games. Oops, just lost that one. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so there is some earth energy here. What is this one? 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups. Four of Cups. Let's see. Next. You know what? Some of you, this could be something that happens. I feel like, I don't know if I want to say that. Do I want to say that? Oh, okay. Yes, I do. Because you have the high priest, or not, well, it is kind of high priestess energy, the deep knowing here. Your intuition is going to be important. Why? Because the Four of Cups can sometimes be when we are rejecting something, we're distracted, or we're overlooking something, and it's right in front of our face. So it's going to be important for you with the people that you connect with that come into your life that you pay attention, okay? Sometimes people come into our life when we least expect it, or they show up in our life and we're just like, we didn't even intend, right? We weren't even going on a date, which makes me feel that some of you could meet this person organically, not necessarily like on a dating site, but you know, you meet this person just kind of, who knows, maybe at a concert, at some kind of I don't know. For some of you, I'm getting this person could be someone who's in the public eye. Let's keep going here. Yeah, I feel like this person is going to be someone who thinks in terms of long-term with you, okay? They might talk with you about long-term, tell you that they see themselves being with you. I feel like this person, like I said, is very mature. Okay. Wow. Look who. Look who's here. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles here, the Emperor and the Empress. This really could be your person, group 2, the person you actually end up in a long-term relationship with. This is a fated connection. Okay. Counterpart, soulmate. I want to know why this Four of Cups is here, but I bet it's because you might kind of overlook this person, or they might overlook you, but you might not realize, like, that's your person right there. You know, because you're not expecting it. Guess what? There's your future husband or wife, right? Or your long-term partner for those of you that don't really want to get married. Let's see. Two of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is at the bottom again. What is going on here? Yeah, like I said, I kind of feel for some of you there's going to be some type of job change, career change you could be going through. Because maybe at the job that you're at, it's not really bringing in fulfillment. And this new job change that you have in your life could be leading you to connecting or meeting with this other person. Some of you could even be moving because the job that you're at doesn't pay you enough. And you could be, you know, going to another job. And that new job kind of leads you to connecting with this other person. I do want to see why. We've also got Aquarius energy here. Okay. There's a couple different timelines here. And of course, this is a general reading. So like I said, some of you, this is going to be happening very quick. I'm getting 2 to 6 weeks. Some of you, this is going to be 4 to 5 to 9 months. Some of you, this is the next 2 years. Okay. Within the next 2 years, Yeah, Leo season here, Taurus, Libra, Aquarius, Aries season could be significant. Why is this Four of Cups here? Ten of Wands and the Judgment card. Yeah. The Judgment card is about awakening. It's also a soul's calling. So I kind of feel that there's going to be this feeling that you have that you can't ignore. Okay? You can't ignore it because this is going to be something that's kind of awakening you to the timing of you connecting and meeting with this person. Again, going back to the deep knowing. There's going to be something that you feel within that you know it and you feel it like this is it. It's time. Okay? You're going to receive messages, communication. I feel from divine here, from spirit. So pay attention to the subtleties and the way that the universe is kind of pushing you towards, because I do feel like there's going to be a change here for you. You're going to be going through a change. I feel for many of you it is a career change or a job change, which for some of you could include relocation. Okay? So don't ignore those signs because it is going to lead you to this person. Okay? Let's see. There's also Scorpio energy here with the Judgment card. Why is the Four of Cups here? Yeah, King of Wands. So the King of Wands is about forging a new path. Okay? Okay. I'm also getting another message here. Look who's at the bottom, the High Priestess. There will be a very spiritual connection between you and this person. Now, some of you, okay, like I said, I do feel like this person coming in is going to be very attractive. And I feel that at first glance, when you meet this person, you might be automatically like, no, no, I am not going to date that person. I am not going up to them. I don't want to meet them. You might be afraid that the person's going to reject you. It could also be vice versa as well, where they might be looking at you and thinking that you are the most amazing thing they've ever seen, and they might be afraid that you're going to reject them. So it could be a vice versa thing here. Meaning that there could be a certain level of intimidation that one feels, but again, this is where, regardless of what this person's physical appearance is, even if you are someone who's super attractive at yourself, this is where it's going to be important to not kind of say, oh, that person, they look like a player, forget it. No, not going to do it. Not going to date them because of their physical appearance, right? In the same way that they might look at you and think, no, no, they're too attractive. That's making me feel insecure. I don't want to date someone hot because they'll probably cheat on me or something like that, you know, where you just kind of try to just push it away because you think that it's not going to work. But I feel that this is where the universe is like, trust what your inner knowing is telling you, your intuition, okay? You might feel a little bit confused about the person approaching you, like, what do they want? Why are they talking to me? Stuff like that. But I feel like this is where this is the universe telling you, like, this is your person. This is your person, group 2. So yes, either way, we have some pretty powerful energies that are here. The Empress is here, the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight is here, the Star. These are all beautiful archetypes within the tarot, the Strength card included. And I feel that this connection with this person is going to be one where this person is going to be a strong, I will say this, if you felt like you were always, like you always needed to lead things in the relationship, that this person is going to surprise you by them taking the lead, by them being the one that leads your connection. Okay? Someone who feels comfortable in that leadership type of role. So it doesn't make you feel like you're carrying the bulk of the weight in the relationship, where this person creates that harmony, that balance, where both of you share in the responsibilities within the connection. And this person is not afraid to, because the Emperor is all about building the foundation, the structure. This is provider, protector. Okay, somebody who's going to create a solid foundation for the relationship. And this is the leader here, the King of Wands, leadership. So this is a person who is not afraid of taking the initiative, taking the lead, a very passionate person, a very creative, a person who's inspiring. And it could be that you inspire them, they inspire you. Like I said, it kind of gives off very power couple kind of energy here. Okay, a very dynamic energy between you and this other person. There's a bunch of different archetypes here. I kind of feel it's hard with like physical characteristics, because your the Pentacles energy, they're generally going to be people that have darker hair, darker brown eyes, probably like my color skin tone, to deeper skin tones. Okay, they're generally going to be average height, and have a little bit of a stockier body, whereas your King of Wands type of person is going to be someone who has fair skin tone. You can see this king has red hair, but they might have more Caucasian appearance. They're going to have they might have a little bit of an above average height, okay, average or above average, a longer and leaner body. Could be a little bit of muscle tone there, okay. Your Emperor could be someone, this Emperor has a beard. It could be somebody who is older, okay, or it could be a person who does have some facial hair. What else? Like I said, I kind of feel from those of you that chose this pile, it's going to be someone who's attractive, okay? A very attractive person. I just noticed too, you have the Six of Wands here and the Star. Some of you, like I said, it could be that this person is a person who's well known. Maybe they're famous in some way. It could be, again, I'm seeing music here. So that could be something that this person may, for some of you, work in the music industry, or a producer, or some kind of entertainment company, or something like that along those lines, a creative, some type of, I don't know, maybe a company that hires talent or something like that, okay? Maybe for some of you. Now, for others of you, like I said, this could be working in banking, real estate, investments, construction, any type of blue-collar types of jobs, good with your hands, restaurants. What else? Anything having to do with finances, insurance, food, okay, like restaurants. Could be a person who owns a restaurant, a person who is a chef, or a person who's good at architecture, building things, landscaping, a person who knows how to build things, okay, good, like I said, good with their hands. They know how to, I mean, for some, that could be like if you have a partner, I don't know. To me, a quality for, is having a partner who knows how to fix things. That's important to me. Like if something breaks, like if a shelf breaks, that partner is going to be able to fix the shelf or build the shelf. So there could be some kind of skilled trades that are here, mechanics, construction, electrical, plumbing, like all that good stuff that has to do with houses, homes, real estate, investments, banking, mortgages. And then we've got King of Wands, which is more entertainment. This is more being in the spotlight. This is acting, singing, theater, doing things that that are extremely creative. Okay, so we do have some different archetypes that are here. Okay, what did I want to look at? Was there anything else? What is the deep knowing here, Spirit, for group 2? What is the deep knowing? The Sun. Ooh. You got more Leo energy here. Deep knowing, Leo. Confidence. Maybe it's their confidence. The confidence that they have. It could also be their disposition, because the Sun is also about joy and happiness. So they could be someone who does have a very pleasant disposition. A person who just radiates just this beautiful, glowing energy. It could be their smile. As soon as they smile and wink at you, you're like, oh, that's it right there. That's my partner. Oh my goodness, they winked at me. What is the deep knowing here? Oh no, what is that? 8 of Cups in reverse. Is that your fear? Fear, doubt, the 8 of Cups. Why is this Devil here? Capricorn energy. Hold on a second. Okay, this is a very specific message, and again, not for all of you, but I feel some of you that are going to be watching this pile, you're in another relationship right now, and you've already been feeling a desire to get out of it. It could even be being married or in another relationship right now, and you're not happy. I'm talking to you. Okay? If you have this feeling, this gut feeling that keeps telling you to leave, you need to go. Okay? Because I feel like it's super important, because your intuition is trying to tell you there's somebody else trying to come in here. For those of you that have been dealing with a person who's been lying to you, manipulating you, and you keep going back and forth to this person who's promising a future and a future and a future, and you keep going off and on, hot and cold, stay away. Okay? Because you're creating resistance with this other person coming in. Because there might be an attachment or obsession that you have with this other person, and it's creating this illusion, this false illusion of happiness with them or a future with this person. But I feel like Spirit's wanting you to see beyond that illusion and to have the strength to walk away from that person. Okay, it's very important, because it's the timing here of you connecting with this other person. Otherwise, again, the soul's calling here. You're forging a new path. You're releasing things that are weighing you down and holding you back. Don't miss it. The 4 of Cups is when we're distracted by another person, another situation, this devil energy, whatever that means for you. Some of you could be dealing with a person who embodies that devil energy, that does manipulate you, that is possessive, that is controlling, that is toxic, and maybe you've tried to move on from that person and you find yourself going right back into that. I'm going to leave them, and then you come right back, or you say you're going to leave and you don't. Okay? Because it's creating this illusion of happiness, or telling yourself that you're happy when you're really not. That is when your intuition is trying to help you here. For those of you that are in that situation, it's time to let go. Okay, this other beautiful connection's coming in for you. Now, for those of you where you're single and you have been too afraid of putting yourself out there again, this is where we've got to let those fears go. We've got to let those fears that are controlling your emotions, from letting yourself be happy again and to find connection with another again. Okay, especially if you're, recovering from some not so great relationships. This is time to really open up to receive love. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are in situations where you're not receiving what you're truly worthy of. Okay, so this is where Spirit is kind of wanting you to move towards this new love, new opportunity for love. Is going to be important for you. Okay, some of you are needing to do the walking away from someone. Make sure it's this year. Okay, it's this year. Especially if you've been feeling it. You could be kind of like in this illusion of thinking that this is your person, holding on to them. And then one day you have this awakening. You see the person in the situation for what it really is. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Okay? So this is where you're needing to kind of follow through with moving away from that person who's creating this illusion of a happily ever after. And it's keeping you distracted. It's keeping you kind of, I'm kind of getting like a need for course correction here. Okay? And some of you, this could be working on healing insecurities, self-worth issues. Okay? So that you're open to receiving this new connection here. Okay, let's do your last messages, group 2. Anything else about this next romantic relationship for you? For group 2. Next romantic relationship. Together. Find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. Illusions. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. That's what I just got done talking about here. Okay. Like I said, some of you need to release those illusions. Oops. Boundaries. Love may challenge your boundaries. Protect them. Toxicity. Toxic relationships can drain your energy and self-worth. Be aware. And that looks like that's what's happening right here. Okay, your intuition's been telling you to go. Some of you, this could be past toxic relationships that are still affecting your energy. Maybe you still need to clear your energy of that ex-person. Or if you're still dealing with a person like that, it's time to cut it off. Okay, detachment. Celebrate today. What does it say? Today, celebrate the love you share with those who matter most. Okay. Now, some of you, I do feel like you could meet this person. I forgot to, wedding. I was just going to say you could meet this person at some type of family event. The 10 of Pentacles has to do with families or even marriages. We have wedding here, taking your relationship to the next level, one step at a time. So it could even be that you meet this person at a wedding, okay, at some kind of party or celebration here. Some type of family event. Could even be something for your job or career, like if your job has like a party, okay. Or you go to some kind of music, who knows, maybe a music festival. We also have the 9 of Cups here too, which can also be a celebration, a place where people are having fun, overindulging, all that good stuff every once in a while. Some kind of event. Maybe it's a concert. We have closure here. Not all connections are meant to last except closure, okay? So I'm seeing for some of you, like right there's a need for closing that out. And you've got abundance at the bottom is what's trying to come in here. Open your heart to receive the abundance, love for the universe has to offer. Okay, so we get rid of the toxic and let in this new energy. Okay, all right, so that is all that I have for you, group 2. I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, group 3. So those of you that resonate with the Phosphosiderite, this is going to be your reading today. So we are finding out about your next romantic relationship. Okay, so I did pull a bunch of oracle cards here to kind of get a feel for what is going to be significant about this connection for you. Then we'll also pull the tarot to get some more details about the person, timing, if that comes through, whatever other details Spirit is willing to share at this time. Okay, so let's take a look. We have number 22 with tender embrace. 23 with the golden palace. Number 25 with round and round. Wow. Some of you, this might be a person. I don't think it's all of you, but some of you, you could have met this person in 2022, 2023, and then we got, it's making me think of 2025. Round and round. So maybe some of you, it's kind of like you and this person kind of keep circling back to each other. It could be a person like that for some of you. Or it could be a person you meet if you're younger, okay, and you're a younger audience viewer, then maybe, I don't know, maybe you met this person when you were 22, 23, or 25. We've got voyage here. We have ascending the mountain, keep going forward. The judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. The shadow says offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. Ownership. Oh boy. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Okay. Taking ownership, taking accountability. We have Amber, give it to God. It says, take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. Okay. Round and round. Ascending the mountain. Black tourmaline. And physical activity, 67. Maybe that could be significant. Maybe somebody's birth year for some of you, or if you are a little older, maybe meeting this person around that who could be that age. Physical activity. Maybe somebody you meet this person while out. I mean, there is literally a person out here walking. So maybe where you're outdoors, walking, exercising. Round and round. Yeah, some of you, I'm definitely getting a person that you've already may know, already maybe been dealing with. Maybe it's kind of like your connection is like a bunch of false starts, or trying to come together, then it doesn't work, and then something like that. With ownership. And for those of you where it could be a person that you already have history with, like especially if you and a person are like off and on, this says you acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. So perhaps offering only destructive criticism. Take a deep breath and on the exhale, release the situation. So it kind of makes me feel that maybe some of you may have had conflict with this person if you do know them already. And that maybe there were some things that may have been said between you and this person that may not have been so nice. It kind of made you go kind of like in circles here. Maybe perhaps a little bit challenging even at the beginning. Or if you haven't met this person yet, you know, it could be something where, I don't know, because I'm looking at this golden palace here, how part of it is kind of concealed. There's also a moon right there. Now, this could be certainly things that both you and this other person kind of discover about yourselves. I mean, about each other. That could be a little bit challenging for you to kind of overcome. There could be some things that both you and the other person might kind of go in circles about, but I kind of feel like it all comes back to love here. It all comes back to, you know, maybe forgiving, apologizing, admit wrongdoing. Let's look at what your black tourmaline is talking about. Number 10. Now 10s are also about completing cycles here, and black tourmaline is really good with clearing negative energy. Okay, so black tourmaline, it says healthy boundaries, repelling and dispelling unwanted energies, shielding and protection, and healthy interdependence. So the relationship message says it's natural to yearn for that one special someone to be everything you need, but even if you're matched with your soulmate, the two of you require some time away from each other now and again to truly appreciate how much you enjoy being together. An afternoon with friends or working on a project solo can recharge your batteries. If you don't want to be apart from the one you love, be sure that it's not because you're afraid to be alone. The conscious universe wants you to be yourself and relax in your relationship, for you deserve the gift of a love that is fulfilling and nurturing. Healthy boundaries build trust. Okay. Let's pull your tarot and see. We have voyage here, so maybe some of you could be meeting this person when you're traveling or relocating or even on vacation. Okay, let's see. Group 3. Or even when you're facing, I mean, it could even be the other person too, facing some type of challenges here. Because again, we got this element of round and round. Repeating patterns, cycles. Could be something about timing here. Like the timing being off. Let's see, group 3, your next romantic relationship. Let's get some messages about it. Oops, 10 of Wands. Your next romantic relationship, group 3. Ten of Wands, 9 of Wands. Your next romantic relationship. Temperance. Okay, so there are some energies that both you and this other person are going to need to balance here. The 9 of Wands can be a very wounded energy. It can also be when we feel like we've literally have gone through a lot. This could also be a lot of stress, a lot of pressures, a lot of responsibilities. Temperance energy. This is Sagittarius. I feel like there is going to be a need for patience with this connection. Okay. It could be that either you or the other person during the time that you connect with each other, there could be, I mean, as with any connections, it doesn't matter if you're married or not married or whatever. There's always going to be something that comes in, that comes up. Let's see. Group 3. Your next romantic relationship. Group 3. Group 3, there's, we've got the Ace of Cups. 7 of Wands. Yikes. Hold on. 7 of Wands. This one's falling in my lap. 3 of Pentacles. Okay. And the 10 of Swords. Some of you, this could be a work thing, a friend, a neighbor, okay? A neighbor, somebody that lives within your community, or even a person that you do collaborate with. And there might be that could certainly be a challenge, okay? Especially if you guys work together, or there's a friend kind of thing going on, a friend group, or you guys are friends and then now there's romantic feelings involved. Okay, now that could be, for some of you, like I said, it could be a challenge here, an obstacle to kind of overcome between you and this person. It could also be that you're dealing with a person, for some of you, who's an entrepreneur, or you could be an entrepreneur, have your own business, and there might be a need for kind of like boundaries there. Now, for others of you, I feel that this connection is going to be one that is very healing for both you and this other person, because it does look like there's some wounded energy here. We've got the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Swords can be a very painful ending. That could be, you know, through a bad breakup, divorce, some type of betrayal. It could also be when we feel mentally drained, exhausted, tired, been through a lot. And so if there's someone who's coming in here with wounded energy, whether it's yours or theirs, there might be a little bit of some defensive energy here, okay? Somebody who's kind of putting up a wall. And that can certainly cause a connection to kind of go round and round, where you feel like you're not making progress. You're trying to build something with someone and trying to work with them, but you're being met with resistance. So there might be a little bit of a challenge here, where at first, when you first connect with this person, it's very sweet, but then you start to kind of uncover, oh boy, there's some stuff to unpack here. And that could be stuff that's coming from your side, their side. It definitely feels like there's love between you and this person, and emotions and feelings and caring for one another. But there could also be some things that both you and the other person need to face, you know, and kind of take care to see kind of what kind of energy we're kind of bringing forth into this situation with this person. Okay, let's see what else for you, group 3. 8 of Swords. Yeah, so it does look like there is some blockages that are here. Okay, now again, this could be coming from your side, the other person's side. Let's see what else is here. The Devil. We've got Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. Okay. Yeah, you could very well be dealing with a person. I mean, the good thing is we are asking Spirit about your next romantic relationship, okay? Now, the person that you're dealing with, or you, someone could have some fears of commitment here, okay? There might be some pushback. There could be some resistance. There could be some negative thinking. There could be like, I've already been so hurt in the past that I don't know if I can trust love again kind of feeling. 2 of Swords. And this person's behavior could be something that is also a little confusing for you, a little conflicting, because sometimes it might feel like they're just so, you guys are so drawn into each other. And then other times it could feel like they're just kind of pulling back. So it might kind of be like this whole hot and cold kind of energy that you're kind of getting from this person, or that they're receiving from you, because someone's having fears, doubts, and letting their own emotions kind of play with their mind, with their thoughts, into kind of snowballing into this negative thinking here, self-limiting beliefs. Okay, and the Lover's energy, we got Gemini here. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Some of you, I feel like your next romantic relationship could be with a person who has gone through a divorce. They could be someone who's newly single. They could be a person who needs a little bit of time because they're still very wounded, and they might be a little bit like they like I said, it kind of feels like they come in and they come out. Like there's moving towards you and letting themselves feel their feelings, and then as soon as they start to really deepen it, they could kind of pull back. And so their energy might be a little bit conflicting for you. This could be a little challenging, okay? But I do feel like Spirit is saying to you here that this connection will be something that does have the potential for long term, but there's work to do here. Okay. Now, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay. This is your free will decision. If some of you might feel like, no, I don't want to take on a project. I've already done enough work on myself that if this person's not ready, then that's too bad. Okay. And that's totally fine. Okay. You don't have to. But for those of you where, you could be healing too, and you're ready to heal and grow with somebody, this might be something you want to work with, okay? As long as there's boundaries and, again, we're taking care about what kind of energy we're bringing to the table in this connection, okay? I am seeing the King of Pentacles at the bottom here with the Two of Wands and the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel that those of you that are putting in the effort, where you really see the potential of this connection, that there is going to be a lot of excitement and enthusiasm of really kind of letting things unfold between you and this person, and kind of overcoming a lot of the fears that are going to come up for either you or the other person. Okay. I'm also getting Sagittarius, Leo energy here, Aries, Taurus, Virgo energy here as well. What do I want to say? Some of you could meet this person through like friends or family, community, a collaboration, work. Some of you, it could be your job, okay? A coworker or a boss or something like that. It could be something that starts off very flirty and fun, but it could certainly develop into something more serious, I feel like, with this person, where you and this person really discover that it's deeper than that. It's deeper than just the physical, okay? Now, it does look, like I said, that there are some blockages that could come up here, okay, which could create resistance. So this could be something, like I said, you don't have to deal with it if you don't want to. But, you know best whether or not a situation serves your highest good or not. If it's something that becomes too intense or even toxic, then you can most certainly choose to walk away. I'm not saying that it's going to get to that point. However, there are some blockages that are here. There looks like there's some wounded energy from either you or the other person, and that can certainly bring in a lot of fears and insecurities, and that might be something that you don't want to deal with, okay? Now, for some of you, it could be that you are aware that either you or the other person has some wounds there, but the important thing is about really kind of coming in with a very grounded and secure energy, because even if the other person is wounded, this is about not forcing, right? Forcing things along. This is about keeping things with very clear boundaries and really voicing what it is that you do want and you're looking for in a relationship and connection, making that very clear with this person, what your intentions are and what you would want for this connection, but also to communicate clearly. If you're someone who's wounded, then you might say, hey, you know what, let's just take things slow. Or if this person says that same thing, let's take things slow here. You do want to make sure that there is going to be the natural progression forward with this person. If it starts to be something where the person is not really showing you that they're putting in at least the committed, consistent effort, then like I said, maybe for some of you, this is choosing to walk away and remove yourself from the situation. Like I said, it does look like there might be a little bit of some stuff here that kind of gets in the way, and that could be some self-limiting beliefs. Okay, but I do feel like this connection could be one that is very healing for both you and this other person. Some of you, I feel like this will be a connection who likes to spend time outdoors, who does enjoy physical activity, meaning that they could be somebody who's really caring about their body and about their health. They might be somebody who likes to go hiking or to spend time outdoors, walking, running, things where they keep themselves looking good, physically fit. Could be something there. For some of you, I do feel like this person will be someone who's very financially secure and stable. I don't think this is all of you, but I'm definitely getting an energy here of a person who's a little materialistic. Okay, so some of you, money could be something that is very important to this person, being successful, working hard, and having nice things, which there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But sometimes it could be a little bit too much in excess. But, you know, if you're someone who enjoys the finer things in life too, then that's totally okay. But yeah, the devil energy can certainly be very connected to physical, materialistic things. So it could be a person who really dresses really nice, or they like to drive a really nice car and live in a really amazing house. You know, the Nine of Cups can be about satisfaction and happiness and things like that. So there could be, this person could like to buy themselves nice things, or to buy you nice things, and spend money, and that might be totally okay. So yeah, I am definitely getting an energy like that here as well. Okay, some of you, I'm getting a situation here, and it could even be something that might start off as something physical, okay, because we do have literally physical activity here. The devil is here, so is the Strength card, which both of them can be about lust. Plus, we also have the very playful page of Wands, which is sometimes seen as a flirt. So it might even be something that starts off like that, very passionate, very flirty, very exciting. It could be starting off as a fling where the person's afraid to commit and wanting to keep it as something casual. But it makes me feel that you and this person are, without even realizing it, you're going to develop feelings for each other. And so then there's going to be the question of, do we want to take this a step further? And I feel like for some of you, this connection could have the potential for that, because I am seeing the Ten of Pentacles, the Lovers, and the King of Pentacles here. So some of you, it very well may be that it does make it to that level. But like I said, we've got ascending the mountain. There are some blockages that are here. And so there might be a need for patience. It could be that this person wants to take things slow, or you might be in a position where you want to just kind of take things slow because you just got out of something. You're still healing. You just want to have fun, and just kind of keep things light and fun and casual. That can also be a situation that kind of plays out here as well. Some of you, I do feel like you are going to be meeting this person in the next year. Okay, the next year. Some of you, it's a lot faster, and it could be, what do I want to say? Some of you, it could be the next 2 to 7 weeks. Some of you, this could be the next 2 to 10 days. I'm getting a year here, and What else am I seeing here? Some of you, it could be a month to, we'll just say the next 9 months, okay? 9 months to a year for some of you. Yeah, some of you, it might be 2 months. Okay, anything else do I want to say? Family, friends of family. Some of you, like I said, you could be meeting this person through work or through some type of collaboration here. Maybe it's a work collaboration or a group kind of activity or project or something. Anything else? Let me think here. We did timing. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some characteristics here. The archetypes that we have here, we've got the Strength card. So the Strength card is generally going to be a person who does come across as confident. There is gentleness and kindness that also comes through with this energy. Compassion. A person who's nice. Okay. Now, some of you, I am getting a person who's a little flirty. Okay. I'm also getting a person who could come across as like very spontaneous. They like to do things just, you know, like just planning things. They're kind of a person who might kind of like live in the moment. Okay. There's also another energy here, this King of Pentacles, that is very consistent, very reliable, very loyal. Somebody who is very resourceful, very practical, very down to earth, very generous. Someone who really commits themselves to whatever it is that they're doing, whether it's a partner or their work, their career. I'm also getting a person who's very creative. Okay. Some of you, this person is an entrepreneur who's self-made. Okay, they might have their own business. Yeah, I'm definitely getting an energy here of a person who's, this might be this flirty energy. Especially for those of you where there's this round and round energy. This might be a little bit hard for you to get off the ground with this person. This might, like I said, some of this person's behavior can be a little bit confusing for you. Because there is definitely a connection between you and this person with this Lover's energy, but some of you, I feel like there is a fear of commitment here. So you could be dealing with a person who, when you first connect with them, they might come across as a little bit immature. Or it might seem like they're only after intimacy, okay? Now that, again, that would be something that you do want to watch out for, unless you're totally about the casual and you don't mind it and that works perfectly well for you, that's cool. But if you're noticing that there's a signs of a person who's just like only out for, like, say, situationship, friends with benefits kind of thing, and you're just like, no. Remember, like I said at the beginning, you don't have to accept that energy. Okay? It is totally up to you. Especially if this person's kind of keeping you in circles and they're like, it's making you feel like it's going to lead to somewhere and then it really doesn't, and you're noticing this person's not changing, you can totally walk away. Okay? Gemini, Leo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus. We talked about that. Okay, so now let's pull your last oracle messages here, and this one's just flying right out at me. Voids. It says, avoid rushing to fill voids with love. Seek inner fulfillment first. Okay, so that message is for someone here. What else? Group 3. Hideaway. Make time to be with your person. Create your own special hideaway. True love. A deep and enduring connection going beyond superficial attraction. Okay, that's good. That's good. Passion. Is this okay? It says, keep the flame of passion alive. It's the heartbeat of love. I don't know. So I'm just going to be safe because YouTube. Charisma. Love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. And then we have individuality. Be wary of possessive partners. Maintain your individuality. Yeah, we could, didn't you guys have a card here of ownership? When I first put this card down, the first thing that came to my mind was a person who's possessive. Okay, so I don't think that's for all of you, but we do have the devil here. The devil can be a person who is emotionally manipulative or controlling or possessive. Okay, so if you see that, run. Okay, run. Surprise. Romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. So maybe this person could be giving you something really sweet. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that is all that I have for you, Group 3. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one.